Hi, Chad.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing excellent. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'd be a lot better if I had me a Mercedes AMG hat.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Hey, you
You
were on
know,
you were on the call, was it
yesterday or day
yesterday? Yeah.
before. What day
Yeah.
was today? Is what, Thursday?
Man,
Yeah, so we
I got back from Cabo. My days are all messed up.
I know, same here. That was a rocking presentation you did in Cabo.
Oh, thank you.
Really, really good.
Thank you.
And I congratulate you for hitting the stage within 2 weeks of being with the company.
Oh, that's just God, man. God bless me with that. And it's just
That's
an
right.
incredible opportunity.
Yeah.
And just how everybody comes together to help
Mhm.
everybody. It's just incredible.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm really grateful to be able to have you on today. And I,
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be late. I was literally stuck in traffic. I don't know if you know anything about LA, but we deal with a hell of a lot of traffic here.
Uh,
So you can leave 2 hours early and you're still going to deal with
well, I will tell you, everybody's dealing with traffic now. If you even
it.
run away from it, it's going to follow you.
It follows you. Yeah. 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 So first of all, the goal to sold is brilliant branding.
Oh, thank you.
That's beautiful
I,
branding.
w I wish I could take credit for it, but my wife was the one that put it
Is
all
she-
together. But you would think that everybody would catch on, but
Yeah.
a lot of times I'll work with clients, and then after I close with them or something, they'll say, "You didn't even tell me you won a gold medal," and I'm like, "Hold the soul, baby. What else you want me to do?"
That's awesome. That's so awesome. So let's talk about the gold to sold. I mean, you've been an athlete for the majority of your life, right?
Yeah, so I learned how to skate, learned how to walk on a pair of skates at 17
Mm,
months old. My
mhm.
parents had operated a business. We owned a roller rink. So
Yeah.
my mom and dad, as they were operating their uh, their business, they decided that Chad was going to skate a lot. So I
Wow.
ended up skating 6 to 8 hours every day, and it was just like second nature. And I just
Sure.
absolutely loved it the whole time.
Mm. I used to skate. That was a
Did you?
long time ago. Oh, yeah. We used to I had a boyfriend who was a real good skater, and he skated 3 or 4 times a week for sure. And
Uh,
and they, dance on the skates and the whole
yeah.
thing, right? Did
It's
you do
pretty
the dancing
impressive.
did you dance on the skates too?
No, I mean, I can, but that's not what I do.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow. Well, it was a lot of fun for sure. I guess they say once you learn, you can always get it back, but I don't know that I'd get on the skates today.
Yeah, I think you catch on quicker than you think.
Probably, probably. So you grew up skating and then you ended up skating professionally.
Yeah, so I grew up skating on like conventional roller skates, and we had like this speed team at the rink that my friends and I did. We started traveling to other roller rinks across Texas, and then we slowly started competing with people all over the nation, and
Wow.
won my first national championship at 8 years old.
Okay.
And
That's impressive.
I continued to do it, but then inline skates came out when I was about 14 or 15 years old, and we realized that that style of skate was much faster, and so
Mhm,
we
mhm.
switched to those skates. And then this was during like the mid 90s when everybody had rollerblades, and
Yeah.
it was a big deal. Everybody had inline skates. And
Mm,
so there were tours all across the country and even all across the world where they had
mm.
races. They were usually like inline marathons, like 42 kilometers, 26 miles. And
Wow.
you'd have like a couple hundred people, professionals lined up. We would travel with different bike races, and then even running marathons as well. So I would go.
Mhm.
My childhood or my high school years were going to Berlin one weekend for a marathon, and then 2 weeks off,
Mm.
and going to Rome, and going
Wow.
to Seoul, Korea. And I racked up 42 countries with just a
Mm.
backpack and a pair of skates. and make
Mm-hmm.
a great living. I designed a lot of products that you saw in all the stores, and
Okay.
was the world champion for 9 years in a row. So,
Ooh, wow.
but when I told people what I did, nobody even knew what inline speed skating was. So, I decided to move to Utah from Texas
Mhm. Okay.
and try ice speed skating, and that's exactly what I did.
Wow. So you went to the weather, went to the snow or
Yeah.
ice for that matter,
I
right?
mean, I checked my closet and I didn't even have any clothes that would accommodate the cold weather, and
Yeah.
had to restock when I got out there.
Mm,
I wanted to give up for the first 6 months, quite honestly, but I
mm.
just kept
Eh,
fighting. It happened.
Well, why did you want to give up?
There's just, it would be like a residential realtor going into commercial real estate, right?
Got it. Yeah.
Going into a new arena and
Mhm.
you're the best at what you do, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you go into this new world and it's completely different, and
Mm,
there's a lot of adjustments to be made. So
sure.
it was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So wow, that's awesome. So then you went into the Olympic scene,
Yeah.
right?
So in
Mhm.
2004, after about 2 years skating on the ice, I won the world championships in Norway,
Yeah.
and I qualified to compete in 5 different distances in the Olympics in 2006.
Yeah.
Ended up winning the first race and winning the first gold medal for our country in 2006,
Mm, mm,
and
cool.
it was an incredible experience. I had 2 other medals for that Olympics, a gold, a silver, and a bronze. But 2006 was a major turning point for my life. Really, it really gutted me. It really figured out what my life was about, and I really got a unique view of myself as to how I
Mm,
was living my life. And I I made a lot of concessions, a lot of compromise on the way to
mm,
winning a gold medal, and that was a lot of manipulation. Really, um, not not treating people the way that I want to be treated.
yeah.
And a lot of my friends say I give myself a really hard time about this, but the fact of the matter is they don't know how my soul felt at that point. And when you win the crowning achievement that you've set forward for your whole life, and it kind of lets you down, or it kind of gives you an insight as to who you are, and kind of how you need to adjust to
Mm,
improve, to grow as a person.
mm,
I think unless you go through that personally, they can say what they want, but I
sure.
know how my heart felt, right?
Yeah, sure.
And so it was a deep, dark time for me, and but it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because serving people, relationships, really just being a breath of fresh air is something that I wake up and want to do every day. But as
Yeah.
a boastful, arrogant athlete who didn't need anybody before, and he always
Mm,
won the race, and his way was
yeah.
always best, you that doesn't work in this world.
Only goes so far, huh?
Yeah, because you know what? Hey, when the microphones aren't in front of your face and the cameras aren't rolling, guess what, man? You get out of that arena, nobody cares.
Mm,
People only care about you as much as you care about them.
that's right. That's right. So what was the turning point, and when you made the shift from this athletics space
Yeah.
to real estate? What was it that was there somebody who said, "Hey, Chad, what do you think about real estate?" How did you get there?
Well, it was just a continued progression of this identity issue,
Mm,
this identity crisis, if you will, of doing something, only one thing, sharpening one skill, being great at it, and compromising a lot in my life, and then going to the next stage in life. And I made sacrifices. I didn't go to college, so I didn't have a formal education. I honestly, my relational skills, because I grew up just skating and focused like horse blinders, right?
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
looking at relationships. You're not looking at anything else. It's just like gold medal, right? And so a lot of my skills weren't really developed.
Mm,
I got out with no college degree after winning 5 Olympic medals. And you would think, at least I thought at that time, that people would be
yeah.
lining up to give me my next career. And you get
Yeah.
out of that speed skating bubble, and guess what? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Wow. Wow.
So
That's an awakening for sure.
yeah, so you go from everybody wanting to hear every word that you say to nobody wanting to hear anything that you have to say, and
Mm,
that is mind
mm,
blowing.
yeah. Yeah. Wow. So you decided to get into real estate,
Yeah,
and where did you start?
yeah. So I
Did you
knew that
start
I
in
knew.
Utah, or were you in
No,
Utah?
I moved back to Houston here, and I started with an agent here by the name of Mike Cedar. He's very big agent for Remax here in the Woodlands, Texas.
Yeah.
And I got in touch with him, and he brought me on, and I worked with him for a little while. Started having some quick success, but I realized, I'm a competitor. It was hard for me to work for somebody rather than
Yeah.
paving and blazing my own trail, right? In
Yeah.
fact, in fact, my dad offered to give me his business when I came home, and I wanted nothing to do with it. It was a very successful business, and I wanted nothing
Yeah.
to do with it because I'm a guy that likes to carve my own path.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so was with Remax for a little while and started building the business. But quite honestly, I've been in the business almost 8 years now, and I've
Okay.
been with a few different brokers. We started Gold to Sold Group in 2017. Uh,
Okay.
to date, we have 10 agents, and last year, I think with 6 agents, we sold 150 homes.
Nice.
And it was
Nice.
a wonderful year, a lot of growth. But man, the best is yet to come. It's a
Hmm.
great thing in 2023, being able to think like an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
and with eXp and the things that they enable us to do. And I think it's just great. Like the traditional real estate world, we can take care of our clients, we can take care of our teammates. But with eXp, the whole thing that threw a 180, a monkey wrench in the whole industry, because now agents are taking care of agents.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you do that, there's a culture that you feel.
Mm,
There's friendships that are built.
right.
There's not this barrier between everybody competing for business. And man, as competitive as I am, I sure do love the way this is set up, and
Yeah.
how many relationships in almost 3 weeks that I've already created.
Mm,
It's amazing.
powerful, isn't it?
It is.
I got to tell you, I've been in the business for 23 years, and I've been with Prudential, I've been with Keller Williams, and now with eXp. And there's never been the collaboration ever that we've got, like what we have. I can't even tell you, in all of my years, I've never seen collaboration on this level. It's a very high level of collaboration. And, we had culture at Keller Williams. Um, and it was great. We had great education, great training. But there's something that when I say collaboration, I'm talking with a capital C, big time. And it's love. The thing that is so powerful is that it's genuine love. And that's why the collaboration is so powerful, because nobody is holding on to anything. Everybody is sharing, everybody is open. And I'm sure you can attest, just in this short time that
Mm.
you've been with us.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, from the top. I mean, I'm working, Michael Valdez is working with me on a little project right now. These are people that in other organizations,
Yeah.
you don't even get to
You
see.
you never be rubbing elbows with them. You never get to see them, right?
And guess
Yeah.
what, man? I mean, these people, they are nimble. They want the best for you. They create opportunities. They're there to support you. The things that I've noticed. I mean, I went to eXp Con before I even joined. This was,
Did
you
you?
know, yeah, and I was almost in disguise because I didn't want anybody to see me there and start any rumors. But I'll tell
Yeah.
you, I mean, I met with Brent, I met with Fred and Kevin, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you, man. I mean, I felt like anybody would talk to me. I felt like I
Mhm.
had access to everybody, and that
Yeah.
world that
Yep.
that really spoke a lot. That spoke,
Volumes.
yeah,
Volumes. Yeah, it's really real that we have access to everybody in the company all the way up to Glenn Sanford, and
yeah,
he will respond, you know. So that is, again, that collaboration, that accessibility, that culture, that communion, if you would. Um, it's nothing like it. And it's, and we're soaring in business, you know. A lot of people are out there complaining, you know, about where the market is. I've been through these markets, and these are my favorite markets, by the way. So, but with the collaboration that we have within our platform, if you would, um, there's just no stopping you. You're just fired up. You know, I have about 4 groups that I mastermind with, and every one of these groups is just like off the Richter scale. So we had an event this morning. I don't know if you've ever met Sekou. He's an agent. Sekou Pyle is an agent out of New York, and he does a lot of masterminding and whatnot. So I happen to be in a group with him, but he did a master class. I'll share the link with you. You'll see what I'm talking about. He's talking about I mean, hardcore lead gen, but in a way that's just like so effective and so smart. And he has a thing he does every morning where he's got a group of agents globally that tune in to a Zoom, and they all are cold calling together, and they're calling clients and doing it. I mean, the energy is so high and it's so powerful.
that's
So
incredible.
yeah, and then we have our group, you know, we have we just changed the name over to the next level agents. So it was the Fred and Kevin community, and they had their FIP 4610 their team that, and I've known Kevin and Fred and Nolly from way back in 2006, because we were all doing short sales. We were all in the distress space. So that's how we met. And we were all with Keller Williams, right? So here we are together again, and it feels so amazing. And I'll tell you, so you brought your team over.
Yeah.
Tell me what the onboarding process was like. How was that for you?
You know, I have an operations manager that works with our team. So we were assigned somebody, of course, but you know, picking up and moving a business is
Yeah,
never easy, no matter what. There's
yeah,
a lot of moving parts, and I got to say, you know, I've got great admin support,
yeah, yeah.
and
That's good.
we got through it, and it wasn't too tough. But I'll tell you, like, I think the hardest thing about eXp is understanding the model. I think
Yes.
a lot of people can overthink it, and a
Mhm,
lot of people cannot see the big picture. And
mhm.
I will confess that at one point I did not, as many great things as I saw about it, I was just confused a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the clarity wasn't all there. But once I got that and my team all rounded up around me, and we had a little
Mhm.
powwow, it was like, hey, all right, let's do this, you know, because
Okay.
I'm an entrepreneur. The whole reason that I'm here is that there's a couple reasons. Number one, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Number two, I want the best opportunity for my team. When I came
Hmm.
on as a mega team with 4K cap for everybody, everybody can build a business for themselves. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
And so that's the best thing that I could have done. But now, little did I know, the camaraderie, the referral network,
Yes.
all of these relationships, like family, people that are going to be basically family with me for a very long
Yep.
time.
Yep. Yeah.
And
Family and business partners.
yeah, and you know what? They want the best for me. And
Mhm.
where I was before, not targeting one place,
Mhm.
here, I'm a warm butt in the seat.
Mhm. Yep.
That's that's all I am. If I leave tomorrow, guess what? They're not going to miss me. But
Mhm.
you know what? If I left tomorrow, Kim Frazier for a
Yeah.
while would be really upset and wondering how she
Yeah.
could.
Yep. How can I how can we keep Chad in the space?
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, not just from a monetary perspective, but
No, no,
become part of each other's lives. I
that's
just
right.
spoke to her an hour ago. There's nothing even going on. Like, we're
Right.
just talking.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. So who's your who brought you into the business? Who's the lucky blessed
We'll figure out if they're lucky
agent?
or not. So Kim Frazier has somebody underneath her. It's a guy
Yeah.
named Dennis King. I actually skated with him growing up. Okay.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I've been at Compass for the past 2 years, and he's
Okay.
been like, hey, you got to do this. You got to do this. I'm going to help you out. I've got a lot of the infrastructure already built out for you to
Mm,
build your business. So, man, he's
mhm.
got a lot of incredible things that he's invested a lot of time in that are going to really, really help me. I'm doing my eXp Explain, my own custom
Yep.
eXp Explained. I've got a lot of the stuff. You've probably seen a lot of the stuff that GoGo has.
Sure. Sure.
So
I've
a
worked
lot
with GoGo.
a
Mhm.
lot of the stuff like that. She has like 9 videos. Some of them are really,
Yeah.
really long, I must say.
Yeah, they
But
are.
I think
Yeah.
mine's going to be a Cliff's Notes version of what she's doing, which is super cool because
Yeah.
a lot of people say they want to do it, but until they really watch it,
Yeah.
requesting a call or spending time with you, they don't know what it is. So I loved what she did.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, she's fantastic too. I mean, listen, I've had the beautiful thing about this platform is that we have access to so many powerhouse agents that are really, really at the top of their game, right?
And creative.
And creative, very, very creative. Yeah. So being able to have a little taste of each of those entities. I work a lot with the honey badgers as well as mentorship masters, as well as the next level agents, and then, and Go-Go's group. So, and then there's honey badgers has a rev share inner circle that I'm a member of. And I'm telling you, it is insane. The information that flows, and it's so interactive, and we're meeting friends, we're making friends all over the globe. It's not just the United States, it's all over the globe.
Yeah.
So um it's just powerful, it's powerful, and it's exciting.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really excited for you,
Yeah.
because for you to have this kind of love right out of the gate, and and that's really what it is. It's just a lot of love, and people are embracing you and warming you up and making space. You're going to be so amazing, so
Well,
incredible,
well,
you know.
I got to show you. So I was coming home on the plane, and
Mhm.
I was so inspired the first day I got back to work.
Oh, look
I
at
put
you.
107 names,
There you go.
and
That's awesome.
I already contacted 10 yesterday. Have potential meetings set up with a team of 10 and a team of 8 already. So I'm
Nice.
excited.
Nice. Very nice. Look at you. And you
Yeah.
know the power in writing, right? You know the power in handwriting those lists.
Uh,
It's magical. It's
yeah.
magical.
Yeah.
Sometimes people were just typing up their lists and doing it online, right? No, you handwrite it out, because there's a trigger that happens between your brain and that action, right?
Look,
And then the next thing you know, it's done.
I'm known for writing stuff down. I've got a board, a chart over here with you
Yeah.
check it out with all my
Oh
deals
yeah.
up there.
There you
And then
go.
today I found myself writing each of those deals on a piece of paper, and I looked up
Mhm.
and it was exactly the same as what I had on the board.
Wow.
You know what?
Wow.
Got to see it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. If you don't
Yeah.
see it, listen, you got what you speak, you create. What you write, you create, you know, what you focus on expands.
Yeah.
So it's a mindset thing. And that's the other thing that I think is very unique about our platform and our community. And that is mindset. Everybody is clear about the whole mindset thing, you know.
Yeah.
We got to continue to have personal development. Just like you as an athlete, you worked to make sure you were at the top of your game. We're doing the same thing over here. It's just a different game, right?
Yeah. I'll tell you, I think the biggest challenge is, you know, at the beginning, I feel like a lot of people, from what I hear, were really aggressive targeting people and everything. And that kind of gave us a little name at the beginning, but
Yep.
Finding creative ways, not to sell people on eXp, but to connect with people.
That's right.
Connecting with them first. And, you know,
It's about building the relationships, right?
yeah, yeah.
And adding value.
Yeah.
Build relationships, add value. And
at the same,
what can I do?
and at the same time, when you have targets to get 40 in 12 months, you know, like I
Yeah.
do, it's
Yeah.
like, hey, there's not a lot of time to do business, build relationships, and close the deal. You know what I mean?
It's
Hey,
true,
you only got
especially
so
with
much time.
and this time we got right now is going real fast. Okay, it's here we are. We're about halfway through the year, damn near, right? So you're absolutely correct. Time is a jewel, and you know we really need to be mindful of how we want to manage that time and how we want to spend that time. And you really have to have develop balance so that you can, you know, have a certain amount of time with your family and yourself and your clients, because we're still selling real estate, right? Still selling real estate and servicing those clients. And at the same time, we're building, you know, we're building this entity for
That's what my
our future.
every time I wake up, my wife says, "Hey, you know, you're spending a lot of time on this, but you know what keeps our lights on, right?"
Right. But tell her for right now that you're right, honey. But you know what? Pretty soon, whatever it is that it's costing you to maintain your overhead, that'll all be covered.
Yeah.
And then the other will just be gravy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you'll be able to choose.
It actually flip-flops at one point.
That's right. That's
Right.
right.
Where this is this is kind of ancillary income, and your
Mhm.
income is your production. And then at one point it just flips.
It switches. It's
Yeah.
very true. It's very true. So tell me if you have, what were some of the things you were with the previous company? You mentioned that. What would you say was the biggest hurdle that you were dealing with and they at that other company that you were able to have resolved by making this move?
Well, I will say this, okay? The place that I came from, they had ICAs that were in place
Mm.
that almost made you feel like a prisoner, like the way that they tried to lock you down. And I didn't like that. I didn't like being treated as property rather than a partner.
That's interesting. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it really rubbed me the wrong way to know that I was working for a company that I worked so hard for and made so much money for in 2022.
Mhm.
You know, the amount of money that they took from my, at that time, 6 or 7 agent team, it makes me upset to know that, hey, I could have done this elsewhere. But with that being said,
Mhm.
time and a place for everything, and you grow, and
Yep.
you're where you are for a reason.
That's right.
You don't know the next step until you go through that step before.
That's right.
And
That's
so
right.
I will
Everything
tell you,
happens for a reason.
I had the most incredible people around me there at the last brokerage. I had an incredible office, but when it came down to it, I just felt like I was being held captive
Mm.
when when things had to be renewed, and the
Yeah.
things that were invested in me, I felt were not real investments, but investments that I had to pay back.
Mhm.
And I don't know, that's how I felt. And then my team, it was just it was a better opportunity. I had a teammate that went from 10 to 17 million in 2022. And guess what? She left me because of the split situation. And it was
Mm,
strictly a financial thing.
yeah.
If I would have been with eXp and she would have been on a 4K cap, none of that even would have come into play.
Yeah.
I'd still have my number one agent at making 17, maybe 20 million this year as
Wow.
a teammate.
Yeah. 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 Wow.
So
So, yeah.
rough. When you build something and you invest in people, and the reason you lose them is not because of you. And
Yeah.
those agents leave, and then they say, "Oh man, on Monday morning, she called me after a Thursday, letting me know
Mm,
Monday morning, oh man, I can't believe we're not working together anymore."
wow.
That's horrible.
Wow. Yeah. 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 That is. It is. Well, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Uh, I've got a big goal. There's one specific country that I want to open up for eXp.
Okay.
I have a
Okay.
background. I have a background in a specific country in Europe that
Okay.
I really got my eyes on right now, and I think that will be
Good.
a monumental achievement for myself
Wow.
and my family.
Wow. Yeah.
And like I said, I want to build a network, but I want to build a family around my business. I just see this being so. There's so much purpose and so much good,
Mm,
so much family and so much camaraderie and all these things with great people that are like-minded, that are not wanting to be realtors but wanting to be leaders,
mm,
leading each
mm.
other, right? And like
That's right.
we're not hanging out with part-time realtor anymore. We're hanging out with leaders that want to make a
Yeah.
difference. They
Yeah.
want to make a difference in the life of the part-time realtor and prove that she can be full-time and she can thrive.
That's right. That's right.
So
And that's what we're building, literally. It's leaders building leaders, you know? So we're very, very blessed and highly favored to be in this space.
yeah,
And
there's no doubt. And
super
I'm
excited for you.
I am super excited. And people like you having experience around me and having wisdom around me like I do. No matter if I'm in their downline or not, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
Uh,
doesn't matter. It
doesn't.
doesn't matter. I tell you, I told you about the guy, say, Coop Powell. He coaches a lot of agents within the eXp and outside of eXp. And that's just who he is. He doesn't care what downline you're in. He doesn't care that you're not in his media. He's offered to coach my team, my whole team. He's invited us to join in on his coaching, on his cold calling, or calling calls. And just like, come on, no, you guys come on, join us. And it's powerful.
So,
So
so other than Fred and Kevin's deal, what's another coaching call that goes on that my team could have access to? Like,
sure. Yeah,
I
there's
want to inspire them.
well, let me tell you something. There's several teams, there's several groups that you can engage in that don't cost you money, right? But then there's a couple that, well, there's one for sure, the one that I'm in. It's called Rev Share Inner Circle, and it's Nick Krim, Krem. Nick Krim and his brother Michael Krim. They came out of the cold calling business. They're marketing guys, right? And they're real estate people, but they're marketing experts and geniuses. And what they've done is they've created this group for all of us who really want to lean into RevShare. And they're giving us tools and events and things. And there's a lot of interaction, and their energy is on fire. So we meet on a mastermind for Mondays at 4 p.m. On Tuesdays, they have a tech call at 8 a.m. Now, this is Pacific time I'm talking. And then on Wednesday, there's a role play call. And then on Thursday, every other Thursday, we have a master class, and we have different guests that come in and speak for that master class. But we get the ability to invite all these agents to our events. It has nothing to do, we're not speaking EXP. We're just adding value by inviting them to events that are about production and what you can do to enhance your business, all of that stuff. But in the interim, part of this whole thing, like this interview I'm doing with you, this is one of the exercises that we have to do as being a part of this group. And what it's done for us is that we have these tools when we're talking to people about agent attraction. I was in the entertainment business, so I believe big time in having archives and assets, digital assets. So we have assets that we can refer to. If I have an independent broker that brought their whole team over, then I have an interview with that person. So the next time I'm talking to another independent broker that's thinking about coming to eXp, I just direct them to my interview, and they can hear somebody else's experience, right? So it works. And I've had 3 people in the last 30 days that have come on board with me because of an interview that they watched that I did with another agent. Okay. So it's a little science that they've got. It's a little method to their madness, but it's
all
super
perception.
powerful.
It's
Yeah.
perception too. You look like an authority. You look like a leader. They want to be associated with people like that. And you know,
Yeah.
like for me, and I'll tell you, unfortunately, sometimes what I've done before as an athlete works against me. Okay. You would think that it would just be smooth sailing, but a lot of people are a little judgmental.
Okay.
Those that, you know, don't have that leadership mentality.
Yeah.
They're a little judgmental, and it works against me a little bit, but you know, I gotta come
You're
out.
always going to
come out
have some
fired.
haters. You're always going to have some haters, but you just got to, you know what you do? You send them love and light. It's like, I'm going to send you some love and light, dude, or our girlfriend, and keep it moving, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Keep ourselves infused with lots of light and lots of love and lots of fun times. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Sure.
So I
Well,
appreciate your time. This is amazing.
no problem at all. It's my pleasure. Looking forward to getting to know you better. If there's any places that you think there's production calls or Zooms weekly or whatever, please send me some
Yeah,
information
I
and I'll
will.
check it out. I don't want to go and ask somebody to invest a lot of time in me, but what I want is to see different perspectives. Go to a
Yes.
production meeting with these guys, then go over
Yes.
here, then go here, and just get a list and like just jump on and say, hey, Frank, I
Yeah.
want to jump on with you this week. Do you mind? I got a
Yeah.
team, you know, blah, blah.
There's another, I'll tell you, you're familiar with Jay Kinder. You probably heard about
Yeah.
Jay Kinder. Maybe you met Jay. I didn't see him in Cabo.
He wasn't there. He wasn't there. What's his guy?
Yeah.
Michael Reese? Is that who he works
Michael
with?
Reese is his partner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jay
He's
and
been hitting me hard this week
okay.
on what is it? He's got some kind of lead gen or some program.
Yeah, they have a thing that they do on, I believe, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I was going to tell you about that too, because they have a real powerful crew. And, you know, they had a coaching company after they were like number one in their companies, respective companies, Coldwell Banker and Keller Williams, I think it was Mike Reese. They came together and they formed a major coaching company. And I mean, like $10 million coaching company. And they ended up, I don't think they sold it, but they basically morphed into the eXp world. And then they really leaned into the rev share opportunity. So that's what they've been focused on. But I know that Jay, and I believe Mike does it as well. They do these, it's all about events, because this is where transformation takes place. Culture and community is where transformation takes place.
Yeah.
So You've got Jay and Michael, they have a thing they do that you can tap into. You've got, obviously, you've got the next level agents with Fred and Kevin. You've got Nick and Michael Krim. You can lean into that space. They have a fee, but you know, it's worth every dime. I mean, they bring it on a whole
What is the
nother
fee,
level.
if you don't mind, a monthly?
Sure. I pay quarterly and I think they just went up. I think the annual was like a $5,000 or something.
Okay. Yeah,
Nothing too staggering, you know?
worth it for
Uh,
you?
oh yeah, hell yeah. Work there every dime. I mean, this is, okay, listen, I love all my boys. I love all my groups. But this group is the group that I'm seeing results with.
For production and rev share
Yes.
and different days.
Yes. And the reason why you can say production and rev share is because these interviews that we're doing and these different masterminds or master classes, there are real heavy hitters who are like this guy Sekou did this master class this morning. And I mean, we had 100 people on that Zoom.
So they're
Yeah,
gonna be able to they're gonna be able to motivate agents and think outside the box and come up with creative
absolutely.
ideas to really engage and all that.
Absolutely. Let me tell you what I'm going to do for you. I am going to send you the replay of this morning's masterclass. And then you're going to get a taste.
Do that,
You'll get a
do they ever let teams come for 1 week to see if they want to be a part of it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Will you talk to them and ask them?
Sure.
Hey, either way,
Sure.
whatever.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me shout out to Sekou and Nick. I'm close to all of them. So
Okay.
that's a great question, actually. You know,
Right.
and I'm trying to remember how I even learned. Oh, I know. It was an email. I got an email and it was like, you know, these guys are masters at content creation, at emails, at funnels. They're doing it on a high level. Okay.
Yeah.
And they got me doing it on a high level now. I just hired on 2 more VAs just for engaging with my audience.
And
Because
how's it impacted your business?
tremendously. I mean, I'm busy, but you know, I've been in the business for a long time, so I'm not trying to wind it up.
Yeah,
I'm trying to and I'm 66 this year, so I'm like, I ain't slinging real estate at 70. So, right? So I'm literally I'm on a mission and I'm on a plan, and my plan is to build this exit strategy and have a graceful retirement plan, if
And
you
you can
would.
ride your horse right through those palm trees behind you.
That's right. Just right through the palm trees, exactly. So I'm on a mission, and we're in a platform where it's absolutely doable. And your people, the key is getting them around the people who are going to empower them and inspire them and motivate them. Okay. And we're in those groups. I'll tell you another kid, you know, Chris Bowers. He hasn't even been with the company a year. He's on fire.
I know him well. I know him well.
Yeah, he's on fire, you know. He's got so much energy and he's determined, right?
Yeah.
He'll be done by the time, I don't even think he's 35. He's young, you know.
He'll retire at 40.
He'll retire at 40, easy, with real estate and other passive income.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Well, hey, if you'll get in touch with them and let me know, say we got a team of 10 in Houston that would love to just see what you're doing and be inspired. They're thinking about joining. I'm seriously at 5,000 a year, whatever. Ain't no big deal. So if it's worth it and it offers value to my team, heck, I'd love to do it.
Yeah. I'll definitely put you. And you know what? We have a lot of people in our team that are right there in Texas in that group. So, and you may know some of them. Okay. I did an interview with a guy by the name of Chris Soignier, and he's out of Texas. Okay. And he was doing a lot of wholesaling. He came out of corporate America, 25 years in corporate America. He didn't have as much retirement coming out of corporate America as he's got 2,500 agents he's just doing rev share. He's got 2,500 agents under him. And he doesn't have to sell real estate at
Right.
all,
Yep.
at all. So, and he's not an older guy either, by the way. So, you know, this is real. It's
Yep.
real. So I'm going to hook you up. So don't worry.
I'll wait to hear back from you, and then I'll get with Chris Bowers too to see what he's up to.
What he's up to.
If he
Yeah.
wants to join us on a call or whatever, I think he'd be happy to do that.
Yeah. Oh, he would. Absolutely. He's supposed to do and we're lining him up for an interview as well. So he's good guy.
Yep.
And he's genuinely wants to help you.
Oh,
Okay.
I know. I saw I saw a picture of his Bible, man. He's in it, bro. He's in it.
Yeah, he's in it to win it. That's right.
All right.
Well, it was great, Chad. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good talk. Learned a lot, and look forward to staying in touch. Okay.
All right, you got it. Take care.
Have a good night.
You too. Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye.